just adore you all of the time. I like to. I like to. I like to love you every day.
What is going on, guys? Today we got a brand new video. Now, first off, before we start, I'm trying something a little bit new, just so I don't have to focus on the camera so much. I have it on auto ISO. Everything else is all manual, so that's okay, but the ISO is automatic. So if you see, I'm just trying to fix, I'm trying to save my time, and I'm gonna see how good this camera is, because when I was with the old camera, the auto exposure was a little whack. So I'm trying to use this camera's auto settings and see how well it does. So we're gonna see. But today we're gonna be installing the a STRUT bar into the Mazda 3. Now this was in the Mazda 3 last year, but I took it off because it went stock suspension, and this doesn't fit with a battery box cover, and I just wanted the engine bay to I just wanted to clean up the engine bay a bit, so I took this off, but I did have plans to put it on, which we're going to be doing today. Also, along with that, the first thing we're going to do before that is replace the battery box. Now the battery box in the Mazda 3 is a little worn out. It's kind of old and just kind of broken, so I got this battery box from a long time ago, and we're gonna put that in along with the strut bar. Now if you guys remember, I did Raceland coilovers on the Mazda 3, and that's why we're gonna be putting this in today. So before we install this, I'm gonna be going out for a drive in the Mazda 3, and we're gonna see what the difference is before and after. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna spend too much time in depth with this whole thing. I could put a GoPro on the side of the car, show the body roll and stuff like that, but basically this is to eliminate the flex between both towers. Kind of acts like a front sway bar, if you ask me. With that being said, let's go out for a drive in the Mazda 3. Hope you guys like the speed. It's gonna be good one day. It's gonna be good. It's just getting some love. Those fenders. Oh, before I start, so if you guys remember, I was gonna do a DIY fender rest on the on my speed. Probably not gonna do that anymore. I might have a hookup with someone who can do it for me, for like a really good guy. So we're gonna see. It's not finalized yet, but if I can get it done by him, that'll save me a lot of time by doing it myself. So let's go out and drive the Mazda 3 and see what we got. Nice. So all I'm gonna do is drive down a straight road, pretty much wiggle it side to side really fast, get my reaction. Like I said, it's gonna be hard for you guys to see, but take my word for it. I describe these parts honest because I think that's the whole point of this kind of channel, and the whole Mazda thing is to be advised of what you should spend your money on with these cars and what you shouldn't. Now, if you guys are, you know, a different platform, I would definitely do it. Now, suggestion with the strut bar, it's mostly a thing you do when you're lowered or have some sort of suspension, mostly because stock suspension just doesn't give you that stiffness already. So putting this on regular suspension would kind of be a waste of time. So I could feel that was pretty loose. It's pretty loose. This clip's broken. This doesn't even sit on here. That was effortless. This part of the box is a little weird. This comes right off. This isn't broken. It's just we got to take this whole battery out. Probably move the air box, and I'll probably just take the air box out and everything. I'm not really going to show you this part because you guys are here for the strut bar, so let me just whip through this real quick. Did a nice little angle there with the spark plugs. Nice! It's literally a snowstorm in here, and I vacuumed a good 50% of it, so this bolt head is gone. The corrosion ate it, which means I'm gonna have to drill it out. Luckily the other two came out, so when I do drill that out I won't be able to use it, but thank god I have two. After lots of amateur drilling, finally took the washer out, and up to nice, cool. Let's rip this big boy out. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna go clean up the new one and we'll throw it in. So everything is back together. This has been remounted. Got a new little cable boy in there. My throttle body ground is just chilling. I'm gonna have to get a connector for that. All sitting actually really nicely. My RGB lights are back, baby. It's been a while, but they're mint. So now everything's ready to go. So when you're doing the strut bar, the only things that you need to remove are the 3 strut tire bolts. Now, there's theory that you have to lift the car up, but when your car has full amount of pressure on top, it doesn't matter. I've done this before. The car is sitting down, no lifts. We're gonna zap these right off. And as easy as that is, go ahead to your strut bar. What you do is make sure that tab is hit down, that tab is hit down. Go ahead, take your bar, slide her on. Oh, this is hard with one hand. And that's what it's gonna look like. So these are quite hard to align. The best thing you can do is start by throwing the bolts into each side. And now, kind of line it up on both sides. Make sure it's somewhat symmetrical. I think we're just gonna send it where it is. So I'm gonna hand tighten all these down. All right, and we always come out of the project with something wrong. My top hat decided to nuke itself. Remind me to replace it. These tighten down fine though. So before you do zap them on, we do need to torque these because you will snap these bolts, as you can see. That one just wasn't having a fun time, and I just ruined its life by sending it into the cross thread of its stream. So we're going to be torquing these to 25 foot-pounds. That's a little extreme for these. Normally they're 20, but a little bit less thread. Actually, I guess that doesn't make sense, but whatever. 25 footers. Send it home, my dudes. Okay, they're all somewhat torqued down. I think the main reason for these is to basically just like have a placeholder because the pressure holds it. As you guys can see, we took it apart while the car was on it, so it doesn't slide around and stuff. So these are, it's important. Bad boy's now installed. Got a little nice and bend to it already. Nice, really unstiff bar. Overpriced, bouncy boy. So let's take it for a ride. And let's test this out. Kind of scared. I don't feel much of a difference. I just hear my tires killing themselves right now, so. Great install, bad result. Well guys, that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm not saying that you don't get anything out of it, but there really isn't much to it, to be honest with you. Take that into consideration. Again, I'm on Coilovers. They're not the greatest Coilovers, but I didn't really feel much. And I don't think you will either, but it's cool. And I mean, it's extra support, so even if you can't feel it, it might be doing good for your rusty frame. Yeah, there you go. Anyways guys, if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. Leave a like, turn on post notification. Other than that guys, keep it real. I'll see y'all in the next one.